All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? We are back for episode 9 of Joseline's Cabaret. First and foremost, I want to thank y'all so much. We hit our goal for 200 likes on the video. If we can get 200 likes on this video, that's another good goal because this episode, I will say, was the least entertaining episode so far this season. It wasn't bad, but it just felt slow for me. But it wasn't bad. Thumbs up the video. Please do that. Please subscribe if you are new here. If you're new here, please hit the post notifications. Turn all the notifications on so you'll be notified when I do post the video. Drop in the comments. Engagements is super duper important. Y'all know Baddies is coming out probably in the next 30 minutes. It's literally 7:13 right now, so it'll probably be out by the time I drop this. So be on the lookout for that too as well tonight. But yeah, let's go. All right, so we get back to the continuation of the Royal Rumble from last week. Ocean's Eye, obviously, it was fucked up. We already saw what it looks like. It still looks as bad as it did. But she's talking about how she got kicked in the face. Hennessy's still screaming, who's next? Diamond is pretty much saying that Oceans likes to involve herself in shit, and that's essentially the result. Like, that's what happens when you involve yourself in stuff. That is true, but also I will give her a point because she was defending Neek. Because Hennessyy was trying to jump in that fight with Dani and Neek after Drake. It was like a lot of people trying to jump in on that fight. So if that's what she was doing, trying to defend, I get it. But she does. In other instances, she always tries to involve herself in something. And this time, it actually ended up not working in her favor. But Neek is sitting there telling Joseline, which I didn't see last week, but I'm glad they showed it again. She's telling Joseline, stop embarrassing me. Stop trying to embarrass me on these cameras. I'm funny. I'm very energized. I don't be talking too much. That's pretty much what she's saying. I'm not doing too much. I'm just I'm lively. I'm exciting. And that's essentially what she is. Apart from the drama that she does start and kind of eggs on, she is what she's saying. She is very lively. She is very entertaining. She's very much life of the party. When you think of this season, you're not going to not say Neek. Neek is definitely one of the people from this season that you're going to remember. So she's pretty much saying all that, and I was proud. I was glad. I'm glad somebody stood up to Joseline and told her to her face to stop playing with her. And Joseline did. Like, Joseline didn't get back. She didn't get mouthy with her or nothing. But Joseline ends up saying, like, Neek just being too much mess. And she says this in her confessionals that she thinks she's the better dancer, even though she is. I'm like, at least you're honest about it. But she tells her to be humble. I'm like, she's not even cocky, honestly. She's just super duper confident in who she is. She knows what she has. She knows what she offers to the table, and she don't shy away from letting you know that. And I don't blame her. I would be the same way. But Dani and Drea, they're upstairs. Raven's high-fiving them from everything that they just did. Joseline goes upstairs with them. Diamond and Hennessyy are up there with them now as well. And Joseline just wants to know, are y'all going to be able to get back to work? And basically, like, I know y'all just fought, but are y'all going to be able to go table this and let's go get this money? Pretty much stating, like, regardless of what happens on or off scene, whenever it comes to being a professional, you need to be able to put that stuff back there. And when it's time to get this money, we need to get this money. I'm like, Joseline, you actually showing some maturity because it's true. But Dani's talking about we can, but that hoe is an amateur. That's the difference. You're the amateur, but let's keep it real. Let's keep it moving. But Raven's talking about how they just wanted to bring everything to light to Joseline, and Joseline ends up saying, okay, whatever, I get it. Get ready. Let's go. And Hennessy's talking about, well, my hair's off. Joseline said, figure it out. Like, literally, figure it out. I'm pretty sure you got another week. Try and get it installed. Like, figure it out. Put it together. Let's go. And she's like, essentially, like, we have the launch of the XO Beauty event. I want you to go put some clothes on, get yourself together. I'm going to be picking a few of y'all girls, and I want y'all to come with me, and that's just what it is. So Hennessyy ends up saying that she's having fun, and was having fun during the brawl. Obviously, she was, because she need Oceans clean, and she saw the damage immediately. So obviously, she had fun. But Drea ends up telling Dani how she appreciates Dani for standing up for her. Drea is saying that she thinks the girls, talking about Neek and them, think they running shit, but they ain't really running nothing but they mouth. I said, that's literally you. Yeah, it's funny because Dani and Drea, granted, Neek does talk a lot, but these two talk probably more than Neek. Like, let's just keep it real. They talk the most. They get the most. I don't know why they always get the most confessionals, as Movie Bay said in her last week's review. They're always talking too. So it's like pot meet kettle. You can't call Neek out for some shit that y'all do. And y'all are a lot more annoying than Neek is. Like, Neek is not annoying. To me, she's not. And I'm not taking me being biased out of it. She's not annoying when she's talking. Like, these two are annoying. They always screaming. Yes, Neek screams, but when they scream, it's like two kids. Like it ain't talking about shit. But they do that. Neek's downstairs roasting Hennessy, calling her a bald-headed, dirty-ass bitch. Drea is up there calling Neek a demon, saying that that's what happens when it's envy, when you got envy and jealousy, yada yada. I said, please. But she's still screaming downstairs, Neek is, and telling them to shut up. Production's trying to make her go outside to kind of calm her down. She ends up going outside, but is like, no, I'm not staying out here. It's too hot. I'm going up to my room. Hennessy is up there, which is why security's not letting her go up there. And Neek is still talking shit to Hennessy. Hennessy's going back with Neek as well, so they going back and forth. Neek's telling her to shut up. Hennessy's telling her and saying, if I do shut up, you gonna come upstairs? They're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But Jayla ends up walking around with Neek, following behind Neek. Neek's walking around away from the situation. And Oceans is now icing her golf ball that's on her eye. And she ends up saying that as soon as she got Neek, she knew immediately that she fucked up her eye. We all knew that. We all knew it. The way it was so clean, it was immediate. The impact was immediate. But she ends up saying that she wants to get Hennessy in her sleep. I don't blame her. I would too. If you left a golf ball on my eye, regardless if I should have been inserting myself or not, it's there. I'm going to have to get you back. But Neek and Jayla, they're upstairs roasting Hennessy for what she's wearing the same shorts, how she stank, yada, yada, yada. But Dez is up there now too. She's joining in on the shit talking. She's saying that, like, what's up with Raven? Every time we on camera, she's trying to get in some shit. Dez, where have you been? Like, you're beautiful, but you ain't really been nowhere to be like, for her to be saying that is funny. But Neek ends up saying that them bitches are intimidated because she's a professional and they're an amateur, and they're amateurs. They can't do an 8 count. They've been on tour for a year, pretty much clocking them. That's just literally what it is. She is clocking them. Like, y'all been with Joseline for a year, maybe more, and y'all still getting told that y'all can't really keep up. Like, where's the lie? But she ends up saying too that none of them bitches can talk to her because after she fights them, essentially, we're not cool. I am fully with that. When I put my hands on somebody, we can't come back from that. If I have to hit you, I can't be cool with you. But she ends up saying, like, y'all OGs, but y'all ain't showing shit because none of y'all can dance. It's not a lie. But she says that Diamond don't, this was funny. She said Diamond don't do nothing but bounce them titties. Raven just shake her shoulders trying to be sexy and swing that little head in a circle. And Dani and Andrea look like stiff robots giving amateur. I said, where's the lie, though? Where is the lie? But Erica is up there now with them, and they start talking about how they're trying to figure out a way to coexist. And every time they do coexist, it's when Hennessy is not around. And when she is around, it starts to become an issue. I said, okay. Even though Hennessy don't really be doing nothing. That's my whole thing. She don't really be doing nothing. I see both sides of the spectrum. But more so when it comes to Hennessy, I see more Hennessy side. Because I don't want to say they're threatened, but they are threatened low-key. And it's a competition. That's why I'm not tripping about... Because that's where Neek's issue with Hennessy is. I feel like Neek sees Hennessy as her biggest competition, which is why she obviously wants her out. And with her being around, it's annoying. And they already fought. So when you already fight, you're going to have that type of issue anyways. But I feel like that's essentially their issue with, well, at least Neek's issue with Hennessy. But I feel like they see her as competition. That's just really what it is. Hennessy could care less what they doing. That's just really what it is. But Hennessy is in the other room talking shit. Talking about how, like, I'm not fucking around. She just bigging herself up now. She feels super, super tough now because she done got that damage from that knee on Ocean's eye. But Neek has ended up telling security, I think, to keep, or production, to keep Hennessy away from her because she don't fuck with her. They finally decided to table that conversation and go get ready. I thought that's what happened, but they ended up back downstairs. But Joseline comes out, pulls Neek and Oceans to the side and tells them to go get ready because she might pick them to go to the event. I said, not Oceans, looking like that. But she ends up telling Neek, like, I might pick you. Don't let the fight and get the best of you. Like, I still love you. I still think you're one of the best dancers here. You're one of my favorite dancers here. I just want you to be a good girl, a.k.a. stop getting involved in the mess, which Neek does get involved in a lot of the mess. I will give her that. I will say that. But Neek ends up saying, that's why I want to talk to you. And she said, we will talk, but right now I need you to get ready. Joseline ends up telling the rest of the girls, because it was Neek's girls down there. Like, all of her girls was down there. And pretty much tells them, like, y'all need to go off to your rooms, go get ready. I'm going to choose 4 of y'all to come with me, so go do that. So they head off to go get ready. And for the most part, everybody looked good minus Dani. Oceans looked like Oceans. Queen Envy looked like she was going to the club to actually go get on the pole instead of going to a damn XO beauty event. I'm like, well, for the most part, everybody else looked good. But Joseline ends up picking Neek, who looks fucking amazing. Amazing in real time. And that new confessional she had with the blonde wig. That's my wife. But she ends up also choosing Dani, who is very self-aware. She said that she'd look a mess. She said, I don't know why she chose me because I look a mess. You do. You do. But she also chooses Lexi and Raven, who also look good as well. But Joseline ends up saying that she chose those girls because they did the choreography the best. So they head off to the event and the rest of the girls stay at home. Now, when we get in the car with Raven, Neek, Lexi, and Dani, Raven got the shirt wide open, the titties are out, her cat is out, and she pretty much saying, I'm not trying to sweat. Like, we're going to be around these people, I'm not trying to be sweating through my clothes at this point. So basically, she's trying to get all the air coming through right now before she has to go be outside. It was crazy to watch, but I mean, I guess I understand it. But she's talking about how she was shocked that Neek was picked because she don't know how to shut the fuck up and and she's disrespectful. I'm like, Neek has not really exhibited that she can't be professional when it's time to be professional. Yes, she is very, very outgoing, but she ain't never gave off the energy that she don't know how to be professional when it's time to be professional. Like, I don't understand where they trying to ride this home. But maybe it's the competition aspect. Just like how Neek is trying to get Hennessyy out for competition, they're probably trying to get Neek out for competition with this. But Neek and Dani, Neek addresses Dani about the issue, and they start going back and forth. Neek was like, what the fuck was your problem trying to attack me when I'm fighting Hennessyy? Dani standing 10 toes on what she did. Dani trying to get loud, talking shit. Lexi puts her hands in between them because Lexi and Neek was in the front, and then Raven and Dani was in the back. And they looking, Neek is looking this way because Dani is diagonally behind her, and they're looking at each other talking and stuff. Lexi obviously puts her hand up to prevent any potential physical activity that could be going on. But they going back and forth. You could tell Neek was trying her best to keep her composure because Neek normally would have got in there and tore Dani up verbally. Dani was feeling tough. She was talking shit, saying that Neek could never fuck with her on her best day, not even in her dreams. Her nigga would want her. I said, you are absolutely delusional, Dani. Look at you and look at Neek. Like, let's be for real. Be for real. But they go back and forth. We're moving on. But back at the house, we got the girls separated. Drea and Diamond, they're in one of their beds. And Neek's girls are in one of their girls' rooms. And they're pretty much just recapping everything, talking about everything. So Diamond ends up saying that she knew that she wasn't going to get picked because of the way that she was dressed. Said everybody else looked like they was good or whatever. And she was trying to dress like them, but she thought that she didn't. Diamond, you wasn't going to get you wasn't going to get picked regardless. But Neek's girls are talking about everything that had happened. Erica and Des thought that they were going. They both look good. I would have chosen them just off of aesthetic alone. But Rosé comes in to join Drea and Diamond, and we find out that she was out at court because she had to deal with a traffic ticket issue. But Drea is pretty much filling Rosé in on the fight. She claims that she jumped in Dani and Neek's fight because Neek wouldn't let her go. I said, no, you jumped in because she was getting her ass beat. The beating that she asked for, she begged for Neek to fight her. Neek was not trying to fight her. But she then attacked Neek to the point where Neek now has to fight her. Now I do have to fight you. And you asked for it and you got your ass beat. You only jumped in because your friend was getting her ass beat, which I can't fault you for it. I can't say that if I watched my friend getting cracked in the face like Neek was cracking Dani, I wouldn't say that I don't think I would hit you, but I damn sure would pull you off. I would get you up off my friend. But she came in there trying to hit, which is trying to jump, which essentially is why Isis and Erica jumped on you. But she's doing all of that, talking about how Hennessyy had need Ocean's eye shut. Ocean's and Queen Envy, they're talking now because they joined Isis, Erica, Des, and Jayla. And they're talking about Ocean's eye. Ocean had these glasses on. She reveals her eye looking crazy. They tell her to put them glasses back on. I said, put them back on. But they didn't know when that had happened. So Oceans ends up running them through it pretty much as me and Hennessyy was down there. Well, first of all, she called her a gutter rat, dusty bitch again. You being white, calling a black woman a gutter rat will never sit right with me. That type of shit will never sit right with me. But she's jumping, saying that she was jumping in because she saw what happened with Hennessyy trying to jump in the fight with Neek. Which, like I said, her doing that, I can't be mad at that. Because that's essentially what Dani or Drea did. Well, not really, because nobody was jumping in at that time, but she jumped in to prevent her friend from getting her face looking like Ocean's. But essentially, Oceans did what a friend should do. If your friend is essentially about to get jumped, that's what she should do. Only difference is she fucked with Hennessy on the wrong day, and then she had to pay for it because she the only one that's bruised up. But Diamond and Drea are pretty much saying like whatever's going on between Hennessy and Rosé is none of those girls' business. It's none of our business either. It just needs to stay between the two of y'all. I agree. I fully agree with them. Crazy. But Rosé said, I understand where y'all are coming from. Diamond says, don't listen to nobody. Wait till the episodes drop. See for yourself. That is true. Like, honestly. But it's easier said than done because like what Rosé then proceeds to say, it's also weird that people that don't even talk to each other are coming to you saying the same stuff. So it's like, I could do that, but if I know certain people are not super tight and y'all are still saying the same thing, if multiple people are saying the same thing, it probably is true. That's just what I would think in the moment. But Diamond made some valid points too, saying like, wait till you get home and see what happened and you can make that decision yourself. But Rosé ends up saying that Hennessy says that they, talking about the girls, are going to make her, Rosé, choose between them and Hennessy and put her in that position to kind of like choose a side, which I wanted to make that a point just to be said too, because later on. But Drea asked if she feels that way. Does she feel like the girls are trying to make her pick a side? And Rosé says, like, I didn't think that they, talking about Neek, Oceans, Jayla, and Erica, were trying to make her choose between them and Hennessy. Drea ends up saying, like, this is a conversation that I feel like y'all should have together. Neek's girls, they're talking about how they low-key slick mad that they look good and ain't going nowhere. We already talked about that. But Hennessy ends up joining Drea, Rosé, and Diamond. And she gets into bed with them, and they fill her in on the conversation that they have had about her and Rosé's relationship and their friendship. And Drea pretty much says, like, when Rosé and Hennessy came in, the other girls was coming for them. They didn't want y'all to be here. They didn't want y'all to be on good terms, and that's exactly what they wanted. And they got it when y'all weren't on good terms, and that's what they wanted. I don't like Drea at all, but that is true. They definitely wanted them at odds. But Diamond ends up saying that she just wants them two to be on the same page, talking about Rosé and Hennessy. Obviously, because that's a number in their camp. Because this is essentially the OGs they got Hennessy, but they want Rosé also to go up against Neek's girls. That's just really what I'm seeing it as, which makes it for good TV. I'm going to keep it real. But Hennessy said Rosé is throwing her off. She's saying this in her confessional. Rosé is throwing her off because she thought that they had an understanding after the conversation. And she says that Rosé had told her that she felt that the girls were going to make her pick and choose. I said, so who said it? I can't even remember. I'm like, I can't even remember who actually said that. Because Rosé is saying that Hennessy said it, but Hennessy is saying that Rosé said it. So I don't know. Y'all tell me, because I ain't watched the episode. I don't even remember which episode it was. Well, I watched it, but I haven't watched it in a while to where I remember. But Hennessy ends up saying that she thought that when we had that one-on-one, I thought we had an understanding. And Rosé said it's just kind of aggravating because I felt like I gave you the benefit of the doubt when multiple bitches was trying to get me to fight you for some shit that you claimed that they had claimed that you had said. But Hennessy says, I feel some type of way about it, unfortunately, and hopefully one day I feel like you hopefully will change your mind about me or whatever. I don't think these two were actually really friends, though. That's just what I'm coming down. That's my conclusion in regards to this whole conversation, this whole scene. The way it's coming off, the way they want us to believe is that they were cool coming into the show. But I don't feel like they were really friends. I feel like they were forced to be friends because they came in together. So you kind of have that new girl loyalty. But that's just what I feel about it. But Neek's girls end up deciding that they want to keep the drama out of the rehearsals. And they decide to send Erica up to go talk to the ops, as they pretty much coined it. Because they pretty much want to make sure that whenever they're rehearsing, they keep all the fighting out. Let's just try and get the drama out of the way so we can get the rehearsals done. And if y'all want to fight after that, we can do that. But let's just have a successful rehearsal. But we get to the XO Beauty event. She had some fans there. I don't know if they were paid fans, but she had some fans there. Some. Emphasis on some. But she ends up gifting out her fans samples and stuff. It looks like it's like some skincare, maybe some beauty assessments, whatever. But Joseline with this wig and these eyebrows, it's the worst she's looked all season. But she thanks all 15 people that were there for coming out. Dani looks a mess. She got this cowboy hat on with this shake and go wig. The rest of the girls look good. But they head on out to go back home. And Joseline pretty much lets the girls know that they need to go home and get ready for the video. Like, y'all are the girls that I chose. Y'all are 4 of the girls that I chose to be in the video. And pretty much says, I feel like this was the best decision, me choosing y'all. And I specifically chose Neek and Dani, because I also wanted to bring y'all here to pretty much let y'all know, regardless of what kind of issue y'all have outside of making this money, when we out here to make this money, we out here to make this money. Leave that bullshit at the house. And they agreed to it. Like, they kept it professional, so good for them. But back at home, we get Dre and Erica pretty much talking, having a conversation, because the two of them have stated that they've never had an issue. Erica pretty much says, like, my main concern with the girls is that you always are jumping in on Dani's fights. Let her handle her own. She can handle her own. I said that is true, but also Erica has the same problem. She likes to jump in people's fights too. Granted, the fight that she jumped in when she jumped on Drea with Isis, that was warranted because Drea jumped in the fight. But the shit with Kay, she was jumping in, like, same thing can be said to you too, but I get it. But she ends up saying, like, her and Isis pretty much jumping her was not personal. It was just kind of a tit for tat situation. But they both essentially agreed to keep the issues off and out of rehearsals. They hug it out and whatever. But the last scene we get is Ricardo pretty much running the girls through the rehearsals. Erica starts off pretty much letting the girls know, like, keep the bullshit out of the rehearsals. Drea co-signs it. Everybody agrees we're going to keep it cool. Let's get through the number. They start running the numbers and stuff. Oceans looks crazy because she got the eye patch off. But I also see that her lip is busted too. Hennessy fucked her up. She fucked her up. But they had a successful rehearsal. Ricardo gave them notes at the end, says that some girls still need some work, but pretty much lets them know you need to work on your precision. Y'all need to get cleaner, facials, character. Pretty much like y'all need to be getting ready to be performance ready. Like, the season is almost over. Y'all about to go on tour. Some of y'all about to go get in this video. It's time to turn it on. So that's pretty much what he's saying with them. They finish out the rehearsal. And that was the episode. Next week, we find out that Lexi is not in the video. She got to the rehearsal. Not the rehearsal. She got to set. Looked like she was fully hair and makeup done. And Joseline pretty much sent Drea and Ricardo to go tell her that she is not in the video and she going back home. We then find out that Joseline said that she had went to audition for the Ops, which I'm assuming she went to audition for Baddies. That's what I'm thinking. And it looks like she might end up getting eliminated. So, I don't know. We'll see. But that's the episode. If y'all got through, thumbs up the video. Drop the comments down below. Let's try and get 200 on this one. Try. Thumbs up the video. Subscribe if you're new. I'll be back in a couple hours for Midwest. But also, y'all now that's TV people that have been badgering me and harassing me to watch forever. I finally watched Big Shroom. Love Mel, love Legacy, love Renee. But go check out my live that I did, my most recent one. I talked about it. If you got thoughts, drop it down there. But I will see y'all in a couple hours. Peace.